ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नाम्ने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'd like to express my immense joy to be here this morning, evening, whatever time of the day, whatever time zone you're in. But we are all connected together because of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So let us try to dive into this wonderful nectar where we are hearing about the different incarnations of Krishna. Yes, so these incarnations are the Leela and Shakti-Avesh avatar respectively. Some of them are jivas who are empowered with the potencies of Lord, and some of them are actually the Lord themselves. Yes, who is coming to play some pastime, and that's why the Lord is appearing. Okay. All right. So 138. Let's go and find out which is the third incarnation going to be discussed. Pritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetya Saha Tantram Satvatam Achashta Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yataha. Yes. Okay. So Tritiyam, the third, yes, the third incarnation being spoken about. Tritiyam is the third one. So first we saw the four Kumaras, then we saw about Varahadev, yes, the boar incarnation of Lord, and then there was Rishi Sargam. Okay, Rishi Sargam, the time of creation of all the rishis, the great thinkers, the very compassionate souls in this universe who are dedicated for the welfare activities of others. They are called as rishis. So Rishi Sargam Vahi, yes, certainly during the millennium of rishis. And that particular point of time, who came? Devarshitvam. So Deva Rishi means what? Deva Rishi means who is a Rishi or a saint amongst the demigods. He's called as Devarshi. So Devarshi Upetyasaha. So he accepted the form as Devarshi. So who is this Devarshi? Any idea? This Devarshi is Narada Muni. Yes. Tantra Satvatam Achashta. So what did he do? Tantram. Yes. Tantram is a particular portion of the Vedas. Satvat Tantra, especially meant for devotional service. So Sat means what? Sat means eternal. And Satvata means what? Satvata means who are devotees of the eternal. So it refers to bhakti, which is meant for bhakti. Satvata. Satvata Tantram is what? It is Narada Pancharatra. Narada Pancharatra. We hear this, right? It's a very famous. This is the Tantra. Narada Pancharatra. So certain expositions of the Vedas, yes, which is meant for devotion service. Achashta, what did he do? He collected them. And very nicely he went about to teach this. Naishkarmyam karmanam yataha. Yes. Naishkarmyam karmanam yataha. Naishkarmya. Naishkarmya refers to those activities which remove your karma. They are called as Naishkarmya. Yes, spiritual activities or those activities which take off your karma. And karmanam yataha. Okay. Anyone would like to read the translation quickly? Anybody? Okay. Go ahead.
In the millennium of the Rishis, the personality of Godhead accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Deva Rishi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas, which deal with devotional service and which, Prabhuji, could you move your head? Scroll up, please. Okay. And which inspire non-fruitive action.
Okay, I can't remove the head. Without head, the society is called headless society, right? Without brahmanas, you're headless society.
Good.
Yes. So, anyways, so
Do I continue, Prabhuji, or stop? I read the translation.
oh yeah, I know that. Thank you for your reading, which inspires non-fruitive action. Okay, nishkamakar, naishkarmi. It comes from there. Okay, so here is the third empowered incarnation. Now this is empowered incarnation. This is Shakti Avish. This is not Leela Avatar. If you look at four Kumaras, they are empowered incarnation. If you look at Varahadev, he is Leela Avatar. And then again, the third one is empowered incarnation or Shakti Avish Avatar. And what Shakti did Narad Muni exhibit? He exhibited the Shakti which is called as Bhakti Shakti. Yes, because he was empowered to propagate Bhakti to all the conditioned living souls. The one personality who is there in all the 12 cantos of Bhagavatam. He is a figure who is repeatedly contributing something. He is a personality who has made maximum disciples. He has given maximum classes. Yes, his presence is there. He has influenced so many lives. He is Narad Muni because he is the Bhakti, empowered incarnation of. That's what is said in the first line also. The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. Hari Bom. That's wonderful, right? Such wonderful preaching offer. Yes, visa, passport. Yes, for certain passport is required in heavenly planets also, right? Some passports are valid only on Earth. The heavenly passports, visa over there. Yes, work permit, religious visa, whatever you call it. But only thing he doesn't have is PR. He doesn't have permanent residence anywhere. Yes, but he definitely has uh, the work permit and preaching permit and all varieties of permits to enter anywhere and preach all over the universe. He keeps traveling and going all over the universe to preach. So, Narada in his previous life, it's going to come in the fifth chapter. After two chapters, we are going to see the uh, history of Narada. How did Narada become Narada? So, Narada previous to this, was a son of a maidservant. Yes. And this son of a maidservant, Narada, this person, he didn't even know who his father was. He had such a fallen birth. But Narad Muni, right, this that time, Narada, what he did was he got initiated from the Bhaktivedantas. And later on he traveled over the north to the north. He even got darshan of Lord. And the Lord told him, see, in this life it's not possible for you to attain me, but in next life you'll definitely attain. And if some kind of offer is made to us like this, we'll think anyway we are not going to get Lord in this life. So let's enjoy. And because next life you're definitely going to get the Lord, right? So give up all this bhakti and all and just enjoy. That's what we would all think. But what did Narad do? Narad kept traveling. Namani anantasya hatattapapratan guhyani bhadrani kritani chasmaran kamparyatam tushtamanagata spriha kalan pratikshan vimado vimatsaraha. So Narad Muni went about traveling and traversing the entire earth. He traveled everywhere. He just preached the names. And seeing this eagerness, Lord was very happy. Oh, because you are conditioned by that body, you could only preach on the earth. But now I'll give you such a body by which you can preach all over the universe. Yes, so if you do a good service, you get promotion. You do good service in your department, then you're made in charge of a group of departments. If you do good in charge of your good employee, you're made as the in charge of that entire branch. You do good in your branch, then they will give you the entire organization. Right? Oh, entire organization and group of organizations. Like that, you keep getting promoted in this world. Right? So even devotional service, whatever service given to you nicely, you do that, then Krishna has the Krishna will empower you. Yes, he has that, only he has that ability. Yes. But he empowers you to increase your capacity of service. Right? All great devotees of the Lord all over the universe and in different planets and species of life are his disciples. My God. See, he has disciples everywhere because he is a, you say, international preacher, but he is inter-universal preacher, not just planet. Yes, all planets. Wherever you go, he has disciples. Right? He has disciples in the lower planetary system, middle planetary systems, upper planetary systems. There are all the devtas. In one sense, he is there. He's also there. Good. They listen to it. When Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, was pregnant, at that point of time, Indra had kidnapped her. He was going to take her away, so that he didn't want another demon. So as soon as whoever the child is born, he'll be killed as soon as it's born. So with that intention, he was taking her away. But when Narad Muni came and he warned him, rather he warned him, he educated as to who this child is going to be. And the moment Indra heard from Narad Muni, he immediately gave up all his anger, vengeance, or whatever anxiety, and allowed her to go because they would respect Narad Muni. On the earth, you see Yudhishthir Maharaj inquiring from Narada. You see Vyasdev, the literary incarnation of Lord, he also is a disciple of Narada. Big, the small to big, small. He has even done preaching in the womb. So womb to tomb preaching, we call it. Right. I just made a PPT. I'll just show this to you. You might like it. And the name of the PPT is, this is my Bhaktivedanta project, the fourth canto Bhagavatam 28th chapter. This was my project for Bhakti Vaibhav when I was doing Bhakti Vaibhav. So I had to talk, the theme was Narada's innovative preaching. So I kind of listed his track record, you all can see. Made in a funny way, but yes. Let me know when you can see. Okay. I will not be able to avoid my head so much, but anyways. Womb preaching, children preaching, literary preaching. See, womb preaching, Prahlad Maharaj. He preached to him in the womb. Children preaching, yes, Dhruv Maharaj. Literary club preaching to the intellectuals, Vyasdev. Tribal preaching, see, such was an extreme. Educated to totally aboriginal, uneducated. Regarding youth preaching, is the ISKCON Youth Services. This was started by our. In 4 slokas, he made 11,000 brahmacharis. They joined the ashram. Just in 4 verses. Swarga preaching, Nalakuvir Manigri. Collaborative preaching, along with Angira Muni, he preached to Chitraketu. Highway preaching, door-to-door book distribution, we have like that. Highway book distribution, road book distribution, yes, Valmiki, he was preaching on the highway there. Campus preaching, Prachetas. Like this, yeah. So he preached. And also he had in profound influence over so many. Yudhishthir Maharaj, Priyavrat Maharaj, Vasudev, the father of Krishna. He had inquired, how can I be a better devotee? Krishna is going to disappear from this world. And Vasudeva was guilty. He was feeling that Krishna was there for so many years, but I have not taken proper opportunity to serve Krishna. So please tell me, how can I be a devotee of Krishna? Such is the humility of Vasudeva. And Maharaj Uttanapat, even if you look at the father of Dhruv Maharaj, he was also counseled by Narada. Right? So his counseling, track record of his preaching and counsel, very thrilling and exciting. So I had made this PPT long ago. I think it's almost 9 years ago. I had done this. We can just see how Narad Muni is such a great preacher. He's empowered to preach and have planets and species of life. Yes, we even hear Narad Muni becoming a guru of a snake. You know that story? So Narad Muni had become guru uh, of a snake and he had initiated him. Haribo, from now onward, your name will be Ananta Shesh Das. So he gave him a title like you're the servant of Ananta because you're a snake. Something like that. I'm just telling. So he accepted Vaishnav Tilak, everything was there. And Narad Muni is concerned. He's also good for known for devotee care. He would come and follow. Are you still chanting? Prabhu, he would come and take reports. So he would go and when he's back, he will take reports. What happened? How is your sadhana going on? So he came back to check on this particular snake. And he found that the snake had blood and bruises all over his body. And Narad Muni's heart was filled with great compassion and he asked, my dear Prabhu, what happened? While I was gone, anything happened? Such a big tragedy. The snake said, oh Guru Maharaj, you told me that you are to be non-violent. Don't be violent. You have become a devotee now. Don't bite. But I followed those principles of non-violence and you see the whole world has beaten me so much. Narad Muni said, I told you not to bite, but I never told you not to hiss. So keep hissing. You keep hissing, it's only then the people will not exploit you. Srila Vyasdev, the compiler of Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples. In fact, it is we'll find because after these 6 questions are answered, right? In this chapter, the 6 questions would be answered. The sages ask various questions. The next obvious question is going to be because they got a glimpse of Srimad Bhagavatam. The next obvious question is we want to really know what is the inspiration behind Bhagavatam. So it is actually Narad Muni who inspired Vyasdev to compile Srimad Bhagavatam. Etadhi atura chittana matra sparshechayam bhava sindhu plavo drishto haricharyanu varnanam. Glorify the pastimes of Hari. The direct instruction that he gave. And it was on the strength of this instruction that Vyasdev compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. And I told about this also, right? So Narada Muni is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas, particularly for devotional service. Yes. Narada Pancharatra. So they are called as Narada Pancharatra Sutras. They contain a lot of formula on how. Narada Muni is also given Narada Bhakti Sutras. This Pancharatra Sutras, Bhakti Sutras. So they are basically containing all the expositions of Vedas in a very simple format to read. And this is how we would preach. Every preacher should also write a book. I was having a discussion with my friends. So I was saying that preachers should always be backed up with also books. So if preacher, in fact, he's having some books that he has written, then the audience will take his preaching also seriously. Your books, oh, Prabhu, your books also. We would like to read your books. Nice, we like your classes. We also like your books. So Narad Muni is also a writer. I don't know when he got time to write because Narad Muni has got a curse. Because after he made 11,000 children of Daksha into sannyasis, or rather, yeah, they went back to God. Daksha was still waiting. My sons would graduate and come back from Gurukul. He was eagerly waiting. When are my children going to come back from Gurukul? But they never came. And Daksha was worried what to do. Then Narad Muni himself comes to inform. My dear Prabhu, I just wanted to give an update about all your children. Your children have gone back to God at Haribo. Daksha was extremely angry with that. He said that you, Narad Muni, what have you done? You have made all my children immaturely take sannyas. What nonsense. I curse you that you will never be able to stay in one place. You will never have a home. Narad Muni said, thank you for the blessing, Prabhu. I never wanted to stay in one place. I just want to keep traveling and preaching. And you've given me that blessing through your curse. Thank you. He went ahead. So Narad Muni cannot stay in a place. He keeps moving. He keeps traveling. Right? So that's a blessing. So he would travel and preach. But when did he get time to write? Nice. So preachers, nobody should complain. We are not getting time to write. I'm talking about myself also. We should never ever complain. Look at Narada, how he is doing. He's still writing, right? In spite of his traveling and preaching, he's still writing. Yeah, that's how it should be. Okay, this Narada Panchanatra trains the karmis or the fruitive workers to achieve liberation from bondage of fruitive work. Yes. Naishkarmyam karmana. That's what was mentioned. Karmanam yatah. Those of them who are into the fruitive works, how they can become naishkarmyam. That means they can get rid of the reactions. That is something. So his target audience is karmis in this book. That's it. Or on the other hand, Narada Bhakti Sutra, his target audience is bhaktas, the devotees. So every scripture has a target audience. Even if you look at Bhagavatam, in the second verse, who is the target audience of Bhagavatam is very clearly told. Yes. The second shloka, second verse, 1.1, 1.1.2, very clearly says that Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Nirmatsaranam satam, the non-envious devotees, Paramahamsas, they are actually the audience for Srimad Bhagavatam. They are meant to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is for such people. It's very clearly told. So Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis. For what? Naishkarmyam karmanam yata. Those people who are addicted to fruitive work. Okay. Because this is the maximum percentage of population. There is one particular verse. I'll just get that verse. You'll love it. You really will love it. I'll get it for you all. Hare Krishna, this comes out of thousands. Yeah. It's very important to discuss that verse. I'm not going to leave it. I'm going to show it to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. I'll find it in half a minute. Thanks to our Veda-based Prabhu. Comes in Bhagavatam. Let's find out. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Karmibhya. This is from, yeah, okay. Yeah, this comes in NO. Yeah, this comes in NO, I think. Not in Bhagavatam. Okay, Bhagavatam, there's another verse. I got it. I got it. I got. Verse 10. We'll read. Somebody can read. Okay, Shakti Mataji, go ahead. Please unmute her and make it big for you.
In the Shastra, it is said that of all types of fruitive workers, he who is advanced in knowledge of the higher values of life is favored by the Supreme Lord Hari. Out of many such people who are advanced in knowledge, jnanis, one who is particularly liberated by virtue of his knowledge may take to devotional service. He is superior to the others. However, one who has actually attained prema, pure love of Krishna, is superior to him. The gopis are exalted above all advanced devotees because they are always totally dependent upon Sri Krishna, the transcendental cowherd boy among the gopis. Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna. Her Kunda lake is as profoundly dear to Lord Krishna as the most beloved of the gopis. Who then will not reside at Radhakund and in and a spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feelings, apra bhava,
Aprakrita bhava.
or
It's
bhava,
okay.
render Ashtakalya Leela their eternal eightfold pastimes. Indeed, those who execute devotional service on the banks of Radhakund are the most fortunate people in the universe.
Okay. So this is to glorify residents. Of course, I was looking for a different shloka, but this also conveys the same message. Right? So where are we? There's one shloka, especially among thousands of such karmis, dharmanishta. I can find it. Comes in third canto. Anyways, thought this is also good. It conveys the message. Thousands and thousands of such karmis, one may become a jnani. Thousands of such jnanis, one may become a bhakt. Like that. So most of the conditioned souls are attracted by fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. Nicely Prabhupada is right. The whole universe is full of karmis in all species of life. Fruitive workers includes all kind of economic development plans. Yes. But the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound up by just such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. Yes. Good karma, bad karma. But material conditions, either in so-called happiness or in distress, are all meant for ultimately distress. So there is nothing called material happiness. Everything is unhappy. There's only suffering in this world. There's nothing called unhappy. Suddenly, how did the purport become big? Anyway, I kind of slowed down, I guess, because we just have 2 minutes. We'll just read through. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in conditioned state. Sri Narada informs these foolish creative workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the diseased men of the world how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. Yes, this is his job. He gives a direction how one's present engagement can lead one to path of spiritual emancipation. Yes, this is all he does. Whatever you do it for Krishna. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of yogurt for his sufferings from indigestion due to his taking another milk. Somebody who takes a lot of milk preparation, he's taken uh, milkshake, he's taken kheer, the sweet rice, semia, and all these things. The stomach is gone, is bloating. He's got a lot of gastric issues. So then he's told, now you take same transformation of milk yogurt. So the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. This is again a repetitive theme. This is going to come again in the first canto, fifth chapter. Same thing Prabhupada is going to do. This is a Bhagavatam shloka Prabhupada is 11. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by fruits of one's labor. Yes. Whatever you are having, whatever you're doing, you do it for Krishna. That will lead one to the path of Naishkarmya or liberation. Yes. You do yajnartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. You don't perform your work as yajna, karma bandhana. You become bound by karma. Right? On the other hand, if we do our work to please Krishna, then we get free from all the karma. And that's what Narad Muni is teaching to all, one and all. Wherever he travels, yes, chant the names and offer your work as a service to Krishna. That's it. Okay. I actually have to proceed ahead. There's one very wonderful question that's come in the chat. I request the devotee to preserve it safely. I have to proceed somewhere else because it's time. But we keep meeting. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. One more question. Rashmi, yes, asked. Rashmi Kumariji. I don't think she's here.